Today, a married woman says black men always have excuses and she's tired of them. Kevin Samuels explains why it's personal accountability.
Well, okay, say that you do have the looks and you have the conversation
Okay. Are we talking
and
about
you're
you or we talking about in general?
so for me, when I met my husband, I was a sugar baby when I met him,
Okay.
and I didn't approach him as a sugar baby, but I used the same techniques to make him fall in love with me. So that's why I was saying a woman can be both, in my opinion.
I never said they couldn't be. I said that some people, some women, see right there, threw her for a loop because as you can tell, this woman is really not looking for a conversation. You can tell this woman did not come into this interaction in what I call good faith. She came in here loaded for bear, wanting to argue. Okay? Making up stuff, and I wasn't having it. And don't want to be a wife. They just want a man's money. And if you just want a man's money, be a sugar baby. Don't try to hustle and finesse him. That's what I said.
But
That's not.
sometimes
Hold on.
relationships can.
Go
Oh,
ahead.
I'm sorry, you weren't finished.
Well, I was gonna say number two, and in order to be a sugar baby, you need to look good. I mean, if you used to sugar, I'm quite sure you've seen some women saying they want to be sugar babies who look like they were sweet and low or NutraSweet. You notice right there? At no point did she say, "Yeah, you're right. I've seen some women who really aren't sugar baby material wanting to be sugar babies." Nope. She was not going to give an inch. This is when you really start to notice that there's a problem.
Actually, in my experience, it seemed to me that the women who had the more unattractive features, but perhaps a banging body, but very good conversation, got the most.
Unattractive features. Right. Okay. What else were you gonna say?
So, one more thing. I actually currently started watching you, and another question that I had was, since it's okay for black men to compare black women to other races of women,
Mm.
do you think that it's fair for black women to judge where black men are status wise compared to other men?
What is, that's what she wanted to ask the entire time. Since black men are judging other black women, do you think it's fair for black women to judge black men? Everything else was just a pretense. And I wasn't biting because I heard these kind of women before. I know these women, but I'm not going to tip my hand just yet. Again, sugar, swirler regret. Did she pick too soon? Your husband have to say about it? What does your husband have to say about it? I always ask that question.
My husband's not black.
Regardless, what does he have to say about it? My husband's not black. Duh.
As far as what? The question I just asked you?
Yeah.
Well, it's not really a conversation that we have.
Why not? So you're married. You're supposed to share with your spouse. But questions about race, things that are so important to you, you It's not a conversation you have. Why can't you have a conversation with him? Oh,
We spend our time on more important subjects.
well, I guess. But you're a married woman and you've been watching me. So it's important enough to take away from your more important time. So I would assume you could talk about that with him and ask him.
Well, I actually stumbled across your videos when I was looking
Stumbled.
for men's
Let me go ahead and cut to the chase, ma'am. The question you
okay.
asked me basically is black men judge women. Is it okay for black women to judge black men? Your sugar baby, which I have no problem with, and your sugar baby married to a white man?
He's Italian. He
White.
wouldn't say that he's
He's
white.
white. They always try to make their white guys sound exotic. They always try to make their they always they always try to make their white guys sound exotic. Where's Waldo, baby girl? You ever notice that all these so-called swirlers that are so happy and so elevated and married, you never seem to find Waldo. We know that means white. Rocky was white. So what you're asking, is it okay for a black woman who's married to I don't care who you judge, but my question is, why do you care about any of this? You're married.
Well, the thing is, I just feel like um, I read a lot of your.
I just feel like, here it comes. She can't hold it back. I just feel like, what do you feel like, baby girl? What is it? Because apparently she just stumbled. You ever notice how women like this can never admit, I've been watching you for a long time. I've been watching you, and I've just worked up the nerve to call you. They always have to. I wasn't looking for you, black man. I wasn't looking for any of this. I just happened to stumble across it. As image and style goes, my channel hasn't even cracked 100,000, and you got people with multiple millions. But you just stumbled across me, and then you stumbled from Cologne all the way into 4-hour videos and 2-hour videos. Right. They just stumble over.
Your chat room and
How long have you been
your
married?
comment section.
Okay. Do you have any kids?
Yes, I do.
Okay. I gotta ask, ma'am. You're a married woman with children. Why are you in these spaces?
I actually found your channel when I was looking for ways to encourage my husband, like to find a new cologne and suits and things like that.
Which is
And
good.
then,
Well,
and then
those videos are perfect, but these, is it like a guilty
I
pleasure?
kind
You're
of
just kind
got
of peeking
caught
in to
up
say, what's
on
going on
your.
over there?
Yeah, I was being nosy.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Being nosy. Well, if you watch my video, I miss black men. You would know the question you asked me was disingenuous. Do I deal with black men who are lesser earning? What kind of men do I deal with here?
Well, no, I'm not saying that
I'm
you
just
deal
asking,
with
if you watch
black men who are.
my content, what caliber of men do I address here?
You address high earning men.
Right.
See?
Okay. Mm-hmm. Be nosy. Well, if you watch my video, I miss black men. You would know the question you asked me was that. Yep, that was the question. It was like, you're being nosy. How'd you find my channel? The reality is you missed this side. What caliber of men do I address here?
You address high earning men.
Right. So why would I? So why?
Also,
So As such, why would I have to make an argument regarding lower value or lower earning men if that's my target? All right, we are 42 minutes into it, and we have less than halfway of the likes. I told you guys, we're going to have to get the likes up. And we've only had, come on, because this is about to get good. Because now the swirlers, the regretful swirlers, the sweet and sour swirlers, they are starting to get the message that somebody is over here talking about swirling. And they got in here when swirl regret, they are going to come out of the woodworks. Come on, man. Need to get them up. You're going to hear the, oh, they're going to be like, they're already starting to come out. Moderators, you need to be on lookout. We need to get the likes up to over 700. Up. And we're going to need at least 5 more people to dump something in the donation. Is that coming? You keep on talking. They're going to come over here and be talking. You ain't too much friend. If you type in all caps, you will be blocked. Oh, we getting up there, lights up. Mm-hmm. Keep on talking. We're going to leave that sign lit right there. Where is it at? Where's Waldo? Where's he at? Where Waldo? Where Waldo be, y'all? Where's Waldo? Where is he? Oh, man. Oh, they're doing an update right now? Really? Of all the times to be doing an update. All right. Well, that was good. So, have you guys ever met? Hey, Calvin K. Watch the language, man. Say what you got to say without the foul language, man. All right, fragrance test tube. You are banned on my channel. Oh man, so we're waiting for this update to go. Come on. Come on. God dog it. What is a swirler? What is a swirler, man? Y'all go do your homework, man. How y'all come into a conversation and ask questions and you don't even put them in super chat? Come on, man. Let's go ahead back with this.
You address high earning men.
Right. So why would I as such, why would I have to make an argument regarding lower value or lower earning men if that's my target market? See, the way the question came across, ma'am, is if black men are going to have something to say about black women, it's always, well, black women should have something to say about black men. And I got to be honest, as a black woman who married out, it's kind of hard to hear that, especially when you're married with kids. It's like you got no dog in this fight. It's almost like women in your position just want to throw shit at black men. And I'm cool, but just say. You ever notice that? None of these women seem happy. Why are you on? You came for a fragrance video, and then you watched a bunch of videos, and then you went and read the comment section in the chat section, and then you call into a show. I thought you were married and happy. None of these women seem to be happy. Who's disliking this video? You know a lot of people gonna dislike this.
No, I wouldn't say that I would want to throw anything at anyone. I was just stating that when you do talk to Black men, they're quick to have excuses for the things that they lack in.
What Black men are you talking to?
I mean, even before I was married to my husband, and
you've been married how long?
Dating.
You've been married how long?
I've been married for 7 years.
All right, ma'am. I gotta ask. You've been married for 7 years. What does conversations with Black men making excuses 7, 8 years ago have to do with you right now? I'm curious.
Well, I was curious to the way that your whole thing is like set up to kind of
Now this woman came over here talking about she came looking for a fragrance video. But now she done dug all the way into my videos, my comment section, my chat rooms. Now she's over here just looking it out. Just nosy. I'm just curious as to how all these things are just set up. Don't she sound like Karen? Don't she sound like a Karen? If she don't sound like a Karen, I don't know what does. I'm just noticing how all this is set up. Listen to that again.
Make the way that your whole thing is like set up to kind of make 5 and 6s and 7s feel like they don't have a chance with high value.
No, ma'am, if you're gonna quote me, making 5, 6, and 7s, 4s, 5s, and 6s, you know, average looking women feel like they don't have a chance with high value men. High value men don't typically go for average women unless they get them early. We know that. I know that. But the fact is, women like her, I call them Karen Whites. They're not Black Karen. She's Karen White. Look, Google Karen White. I talked about her earlier this week. I tell you, like they don't have a chance. You know, ma'am. They don't have a chance.
Make 5 and 6s and 7s feel like they don't have a chance with high value.
No, ma'am. If you're gonna quote me, no, ma'am.
5, 6, and 7.
5 and 6s and 7s feel.
5, 6s, and 7s make them feel like they don't have a chance with high value men. You know, make the 5, 6s, and 7s feel like they're just average, and they really do, you know, have a chance with high value men, especially white ones, because they're superior to you Negroes in every way. Leave the gun, take the cannoli.
Like they don't have a chance with high value.
No, ma'am, if you're gonna quote me, quote me right. I've already addressed this multiple times. I have 3 videos on it. See, what I'm getting from you is if you're a married woman of 7 years and you have children, why do you care about what's going on in the current mating and dating market? You have no dog in this fight. You have no children that are going to be. What do you care?
Well, I care about Black women, and I'm very involved in.
Okay.
So
how are you helping Black women get married?
Yes, I do.
How?
By getting therapy, by suggesting.
How many of you? She loves Black women so much and Black folks so much she married a white guy. Do that. Enjoy. But it begins to get disingenuous. But she says she helps black women by telling them to help get therapy. How often do I tell women to get therapy? Like every show, every night, multiple times a night. I mean, if she'd been watching even 3 of my videos, she would have known that she is so off base coming in here with this BS. But see, you need to understand there's a reason why she came in here with this BS. There's a reason. It's about to come out. How many of you assisted? How many did you assist to get married last year?
Actually, 2.
Good. I had 7, and I don't do that. And I preach all this stuff. If you watch my channel, you should really have nothing else to say other than I'm seeing a moderators black man over here who shows his work and walks it like he trollers, talks, get trolls, and has receipts time to back it up. Instead of questioning what I say about the women I talk about, when I say a 4, 5, or 6 is an average looking woman, and average looking women don't get above average earning men after they have that money. You want an above average earning man, you better get him young. See, I'm going to just be honest with you. I'm going to be honest with you, ma'am. No, ma'am. A lot of, and I don't do the racial thing, man, but it is hard to hear black women who marry out, who have their nose in black people's business. It's really hard to hear that, especially when you want to.
I'm still
hold
black,
on. When I say, you so glad I said what? So glad.
No, I said that I'm still black. You said
you're still
that
black.
You don't know why
you're still black, and here's the thing: you're still black, and and here's the thing: you can still be black. I didn't take your blackness away. You're married. That's what I've been focusing on more than anything else. The things you've been talking about, picking out of my conversation, my video, you've not been correct about. You've been off base. But everything you've said has come from a preconceived or confirmation bias standpoint. You're having a conversation about a group of men that I don't address, issues that I don't cover. Over here, I tell men to pay 100% of everything, and you better be the top and the best at what you do. I'm dealing with the top 10%, trying to become top 5% of men. But sadly, instead of championing and saying, good, I'm glad to see black men doing that, they're competing out here. And it looks like this brother's doing something successful, or else he wouldn't have 1,500, 2,000 people in his channel. Why are black women coming to listen and ask me questions? Apparently, women see some value, even if you may have a problem with it. And I will tell you this, my platform, my program, what I'm doing is working just fine to help black women and other women get what they want. If you got something for them, great. But don't pick at my stuff, because I'm not doing anything other. I can back up what I say. If you got issues other places with other black men, knock it out. But that ain't here. She was stumped right there. She was stumped right there. Well, but you were supposed to argue with me about white men. No, enjoy. Enjoy yourself, sis. I don't have a problem with it. But that's the thing. She wasn't ready for it. I wasn't ready. So when she wasn't ready, she had to go. She had to go to her ultimate card.
Well, okay, I guess if that's
Why'd that do that?
go with it.
Hold on. What other way should I go with it, man? What other way should I go with it? You've said nothing positive. You've said nothing admirable. It's been, well, the way you talk and the way you say this and the way you said that, and you've been wrong. Why is this not doing? Why is this doing this now? And I said, I don't deal with those black men. And you have not yet said, you know what? I didn't know that. Hold on. Don't know why I just did this, but I want you guys to hear the rest of this. So, how are we doing? We're doing well, including Switcher. Yeah, there we go. I can do my research. You have Go with it, ma'am.
against
What other
you.
way should I go with it? But that ain't here.
Well, okay, I guess if that's the way that you're going to go with this,
No,
and make
what
it
other way
seem as
should
if
I go
I'm
with it, ma'am?
against
What other way
you.
should I go with it? You've said nothing positive. You've said nothing admirable. It's been, well, the way you talk and the way you say this and the way you said that, and you've been wrong. And then you talk about the way black men are, and I said, I don't deal with those black men. And you have not yet said, you know what? I didn't know that. Maybe I should go back and do my research. You have not once said, maybe I'm off base.
And what exactly do you think that I'm off base about?
See, that's what I got. She's like, well, and she was out of gas. She was completely out of gas on the ropes, on the ropes, and. The
That
fact that
black women
the fact that you're a married woman with children and you shouldn't even be in this space. You should be off with your husband and children living your life. This has nothing to do with you.
I mean, well, it's the internet.
I asked you if it's that important, ma'am. If it's that important, I would think if it's that important, the time you spent watching this show and even calling me, you should be doing it with your leader. And I said leader for a very good reason. I led her right up to the edge. I use the word leader for a reason. Because she's married to a high value white man, right? And if you're going to run something past a guy on the internet and it's supposed to be so important and you work with black women in your life and in daily life and you help them get therapy and this and that, then obviously you should, if you're going to talk with a lower value black man, you should at least run it by your husband, your leader. I mean, it's important, right? You happen to run it across your husband, it ain't that important.
And
yes.
Why would
you run it across him? Because he's your husband. Apparently his word should matter more than some strange guy you don't know. Brain fart right here. See, you're a busybody.
Well, I guess that's the difference between a high value Caucasian man and a high value black man, because I don't have to run every little conversation I have.
Well, then congratulations, you are winning. You have Waldo.
Fatality.
She was expecting me to lose it, and I'm like, congratulations, you're winning. See, she was supposed to hit me with she had the low joker. See, she went, it's like when a racist person calls you the N-word in public, they've launched their biggest bomb. That's it. There is nothing over that word. That's it. That's all they got. They can't go any further. The N-word is the Moab. And if you can stand up to it, they got nothing else. So she comes into a black man trying to bait me into arguments that I don't deal with because I'm not those kind of guys. I don't fear white men. Congratulations. Not arguing with her. And everything that she says she does for black women, I do it better. And she's even here to witness it. So she had to pull out her joker, her high joker that she goes around using to try to make other black men in her presence feel bad, feel inadequate. Except you brought your white man to me because I'm better than him. Remember, she brought her white man over here to get cologne advice and suit advice. So apparently I'm better than him. I don't go to your husband, and we got no problems. So she's going to pull out her joker because and if you ever played spades, she just knew she was about to take this book. I'm going to just take that book. Oh, you got the king of spades? You got the ace of spades? Oh, I got the joker. She reached out to like she was about to take that book. And then when I went ahead and said, well, congratulations, you won. You found Waldo. I dropped the high joker on her. And she was just like, if you've never seen the face of somebody playing spades and they thought they had a book one because they came in with a joker and you cut it with the high joker, and you thought your partner had it, the person behind you had it, and I've been baiting you into it, and I cut that book and take it from you, and I set your ass because you were counting on that book, but I knew I was playing you, not the hand. Oh, yeah. Yep. She just thought she was just going to get into it. Nah, baby girl. Congratulations, ma'am. You've won with your high-value white man. Live your best life, sis. Go be the example.
You're being very defensive, and I'm not
No,
even
I'm not
trying.
being oh, and then she tried to use the typical. Did you go back to the playbook, shame, guilt, insult, and the need to be right? Did you try to go back and gaslight? Girl, you like 4-5 steps behind. Prime time over here. Change the game. Change the way the game was played over here. You still playing, 3 yards in a cloud of dust, Packer football. We all the way over here and running, shooting, trying, West Coast offense over here. You behind. I'm just tired of your shit. You got nothing. And you came over here with
What I have
you came over here with pretense. Take your ass back to Swirl Nation. Where your arguments about black men being dusty and underperforming will do, because I don't give a shit what your white man is producing for you. He can't hold a candle to me. And if he can, good for him. I still got my shit together, and so do a lot of my guys over here. See, that's what these swirl. See, sadly, many of you brothers have never checked these regret swirlers, and they've never had to sit back and have somebody say, I don't fear your man. I don't fear none of this stuff. Carry your ass on back over there and enjoy. Because over here, we are great and doing better. And see, she had, and if she was doing so good and everything was so great, why is she over here? Because the next part is the important part. Please pay attention. I'm going to let it run unedited because I need you to get the entire context. This is the swirl regret. I am not talking about people who actually marry interracially and are happy and are loving their lives. See, those people you never hear from. They don't bring up racial. They stay away from racial politics because they know it's a hot button issue, third rail. I'm not saying everyone that swirls regrets. I'm saying these regretful swirlers, the ones that are in them and probably went too soon, or the ones, oh yeah, here we go. Chicks like her don't get. I don't give a shit about I'm not intimidated by your white man. I beat white men my entire career. You're a nosy busybody. You're a married woman. I need you guys to ask yourself a question. Thank you for calling in. Thank you for calling in. And I hope your husband hears this conversation, because his wife is representing him exceptionally well. But I'll let you go ahead and have the last word. Oh, she dropped off. I mean, do you not get the nerve of this? You see? There are some black women that are so stuck on black men being less than. They cannot accept that black men can be capable, competent, and the things they say they are. They're going to find a way to make you not be what it is. And she showed it. I pushed her, and she finally gave it up. Well, I guess that's the difference between a black man and a white man. That's what you wanted to say. Apparently, you ain't too goddamn happy with your white man, because you over here watching the black man the entire time. We get it. We get it. We know what's going on, sis. If Rocky was taking care of business, you wouldn't be sneaking over watching your Godfather. Ooh, hurts, don't it? I swear to goodness. Pretty Brown, did you see that? I was supposed to be like, oh, well, no. Well, no, no, no. I don't deal with that. Mm-hmm. Portia K. That will probably be the next Seattle Karen. But my husband is white. My husband is white. Why are you pulling me over? My husband is white. My dad is white. Our children, my husband is white. Brad, me and Brad is cool. You called him Rocky. That's right. Rocky couldn't hold a candle to the Godfather. She said it, didn't she? I've been watching your channel. You came over here for a cologne video, but you stayed for the sexual chocolate. You came over here and said, ooh, look, there's a tall, attractive, well-dressed, well-presented black man. Ooh, and he also talks about these things, speaks intelligently, makes his point, takes countervailing positions, handles himself well, has women calling in, but you still want to find fault with the black man. And then you want to throw your white man up in my face. Sweetie, you can't throw your husband in my face when you on my phone. That's the first thing I said. What does your husband have to say about it? Well, I don't talk to him about this. Yeah, because he would be upset or kind of looking at you. He would feel some kind of way to say, why are you listening to a single black man and black people talk about stuff? Why aren't you in there making macaroni art with the kids? Why are you listening to this stuff? Gotcha, you my wife. Why are you doing this? He might have some questions for you. You think she listens to her husband in front of me? You think she listens to her husband in front of me, expat? You think she listens to Rocky in front of me? Hey, Rocky. No, Bullwinkle ain't listening to Rocky in front of me. She's sneaking off to the bathroom in the car. You know, when she run over there to go get us some pop, you know, when she goes for her black moments, she listens to me, got me on, you know, downloaded on YouTube. And when she get the Popeyes and go get a secret two-piece, a secret, you know, yeah, we get it. Yeah, we get it. Pledge Delta, Delta, Delta. I got no problem with it. You went from being I'm about to cook your ass. I got no problem that you went from being a sugar baby and having your white husband fall in love with you. Congratulations. Stacey, I'm blue. You're out of your damn mind. Either that or you don't hear very well. She never compared black men to white men. Everybody stop and look at Stacey on. See, you've tried too hard to look for foment dissension. Now you've stepped in it too much. Starting this segment, she directly compared a high-value Caucasian man to a high-value black man. I'll wait for you to go ahead and retract and say, I'm sorry, I was wrong. Nothing else required. You're wrong. She did. So please retract that statement and issue an apology. But you know, that's not the way it typically goes. And she tried to turn my show into what it wasn't. Why are you telling that women that they can a woman be a sugar baby and get a husband? Never said they couldn't. See, everything that she tried to make a problem, I never said there was an issue, because it's not. She was trying to find a fight. You miss black men. I understand. You miss black men. And you may have sugared, but you got your sugar, you got your S and H, but you really wanted that brown sugar. I get it. We understand. You got the white sugar and it's sweet, but you wanted that brown sugar because it's sweet and it's better for you. It's natural versus that processed sugar you got. I understand. That's why it's addictive. You see, that brown sugar, it don't dissolve in your liquid as quick. as the white sugar called the solubility property. The solubility is different. The KSP, look it up, because some black men did go to school. The solubility product is different for white sugar versus, brown sugar. So you got to work with brown sugar a little bit more. It's bigger. It's not as small. White sugar is smaller. Brown sugar, much more girth, a little bit thicker. So you got to stir and work with that brown sugar a little bit more. But here's the thing, and it doesn't necessarily give you the quick pop that white sugar gives you. That initial quick pop, because but that brown sugar, it goes in the solution better and it lasts longer and it's more fulfilling. But you went the high fructose route and you got your picture, but apparently that white sugar is not fulfilling you. So you had to find a way to get to that brown sugar. Ooh. Well, that's Big Beer Business, or he's married. There's Bowtie Fragrance Guy. He's married. Ooh, there's a black guy on fragrance. 11 million fragrance guys, but you had to come over to my channel and did not stick with fragrance. Had to stick your nose over and over here and just been sitting over here. And it wasn't even good enough just to watch. That brown sugar started tasting good, Ebony. Ooh, I missed that brown sugar. Yeah, this S&H Pure Cane White Sugar, it works. But it's not quite like that black sugar, that brown sugar I remember. So much so that she's like, ooh, I gotta taste it. So let me call him. Let me call him and then contrive a conflict so we can argue. So then I can feel like I'm back there. And then we can go have hot plantation sex. That's what her and Rocky, not her and me. In the Balboa Mansion or whatever. Whatever it is, ma'am, enjoy. Because that's what she said. I guess that's the benefit of marrying a white man. I don't have to address it. I couldn't have made better. Oops. Even covered again in the video yesterday. The comparison for a high value Caucasian man to a high value white man. That's what she really wanted to come in and say. Hey, black man, I'm married to I'm a sugar baby and I'm married to a white man. He's high value. All right. Aren't you going to get mad about that? No. That's really what tripped her up. The content for this thing. I must be doing something right because you are working with me. You are giving me content gold. Erica, did you not hear her? That's the benefit of marrying a white man. Well, Iggy, I must just hold my black manhood as inferior. She married a white guy. We lost her, guys. We lost her. We lost her to Waldo. That's another good one. Over there to the white guys, because we don't build shit. Fuck! If we were only better men, we could keep our black women over here and she wouldn't be going over to Rocky. She'd stay over here with us. Crystal and Kerosene was right. Even though we've never seen her husband, and even though all these swirling women always claim to be so goddamn married, you never see none of their white ass husbands. Never see them. Never see any of these little towhead children, and you are always in Negro spaces. I don't go over to swirl spaces, and I got no problem with it. But why are you Swirl Nation, women who marry out, congratulations to you, coming back over here? Well, because I'm still black. Not making that comment like you just made. You have forfeited your black card with that last comment. See, Seattle Karen thought she had to get out of jail free Negro card. But my husband's white. And she found out quick from Carlos Dillard that no, you still white. That woman actually said, I'm still black. But yet you're going to attempt to pull racial rank with your white man? Ma'am, you have just made me about $1,000. Your 10-minute segment is going to make me at least $1,000 next month. Actually, probably $1,000 in the next week. I'm going to chop and screw that piece of content up, and I'm just going to let you talk. Liz, they think it's a big deal. I can't worry about white guys. I can compete. I can compete just fine. And unlike what you tried to paint me, I don't hate black women. I don't have a problem with black women. And I will say this, 7 black women got married, 7 who told me they credit me for them getting married last year. I'm a matchmaker. I'm an image consultant and a fragrance guy. Imagine what could happen if I actually decided to do that. I'm sorry, Cassandra. I didn't mean to. Go ahead. How are you? All right. So that is what happened last night. That is what happened last night. And to all the people who are probably going to come over here from Swirl Nation, I have a problem with Crystal and Carrison. So if you're coming over here trying to think somebody's going to be talking about swirlers and insulting them and throwing insults, and you got the wrong channel. That ain't how I roll. So if that's all you came over here for, to come over to see if I was going to insult Crystal and Carrison or anybody who's pink pill or something like that, you ain't going to get that from me. You can watch the show, but you're not going to get that. Number 1. Number two. I wonder, is this what I wanted to? Is this what it is? Hold on. Stacey Ann, we bid you adieu. It's been fun, it's been real, but it has not been real nor fun. Go find attention elsewhere. You gets none here. None here, none here, none here. So, as we bid another attention troll into the wild blue yonder. Another will come along. But here's the thing. Again, I have no problem with swirling. I don't have a problem with interracial dating. Do what you like. You guys know my position. Make yourself the highest value man or woman possible, and then the world is your oyster. Pick what's best for you. But see, that person who came in yesterday, that was some swirl regret. You can tell that woman is one of these kind of women that she been married for 7 years, got kids. Go look up toe-headed and you'll see what it means. You know, some brothers are educated. Some brothers actually are high value. And see, Gina, Brad, what I'm trying to let you guys know is, remember I did that broadcast, 5 things young women are told to fear when it comes to high value men? That you're going to be a Stepford wife, that they're going to abuse you, that they're going to cheat on you, that they're undercover gay, or they're going to leave you for a white woman. See, no, you cannot be a high value black man and it be all right. There has to be something wrong with you. See, you cannot be a high value black man and it be all right. Because what that means is, if they're actually high value black men that are out there and they're decent, solid citizens, then that means these swirlers these swirling women who say that there are no good black men out there and say they had to swirl because they couldn't find black men, you prove that to be false. You exist. Your and my very existence undercuts their argument. So they have to find something wrong with you and I. Don't focus on me. It's just my channel. But there are tons of black, successful, high-value men out there. And they're not abusers and cheaters and gay and all these other kind of things. No. You just couldn't qualify for one or couldn't find one. Or, like you hear, I've heard this on YouTube often, these women who swirl, meaning they go marry a white man, marry a non-black man, no problem with it, have children with him, and then subsequently they divorce, and then all of a sudden they become super pro-black. And then after becoming super pro-black, they all of a sudden start talking about all the things wrong with these racial issues. And you got to admit that only black women can do this. If it were a black man, no one would, they'd be laughed out of the conversation. A pro-black man married to a white woman with white kids, you'd be laughed out of the conversation. They'll take your money, but you can't say nothing. But I even listen, and it's funny that you accept the premise, and he's like, well, why didn't you just marry a black guy? You picked too soon. See, isn't it funny, gentlemen, that many black women for whom this applies want black men to sit around and understand that ADOS-born black people have a unique story, and we've never had a chance to heal and all this other kind of stuff. Basically, it comes down to work with a sister. Because one of my next videos is, I don't want to act this way, or I don't want to be this way. There are plenty of black women out there who know they have issues, and they don't want to act this way, and they don't want to be this way. And there is hope for you. We got to talk about it in a separate video. And those kind of women want to be with black men. But black men are told to work with those kind of women, but black women are told not to do any kind of work with black men. So when you got brothers that say, forget it, okay, I'll accept it. And they go out and make themselves a high value black man, having to work 3 times as hard to be half as good. You exist now. You exist now, and they can't say you don't exist. American Enterprise Institute study Black Men Making It in America verifies that 51% of black men are single and childless. 64% are in the middle class. You can't say black men are busted, dusty, and no. 64% of black men are solidly middle class, and over half have no children. The figures, the data, the statistics are out there. The 2020 census is about to drop, and you're going to see the marital rates, the divorce rates. You're going to see that things over the last 20, 30, 40, 50 years have been painted about black men are just simply not accurate. So if that's the case, go back to 3-4 weeks ago when you had a woman on there say, one of the reasons I'm not married is because can we look at all the stats? And I said, well, no, if we're going to look at the stats, we're going to look at them all. See, that has to be the justification. It can't be the good black men are out there. So either you don't exist, or you really are a liar, or you go a cheater, or whatever, because therein lies the rub, is why she actually had to swirl. Those particular ones, the sour swirlers. But those are the ones that always seem to come back and have their toe or in the mix in the black areas and stirring the pot and always talking about black men. And I say swirl regret because just like those women who will tell you openly that they would have not married a white man and had children, had they known what they know later on, that means you married too soon. Argument can be made for that. Did I get married too soon? Did you pull the trigger too soon? Brad came along, made you an offer, and you took it. You took it because you didn't think you'd find Keith, or you didn't think Keith existed, or you didn't think Keith was worth it. But when you see Keith and he's worth something, then all of a sudden there's a problem. There are these white widows. White widows. Today is a good day for a white widow. Billy Idol made a song called White Wedding. White widows. You white widows. White widows who are pro-black crack me up. And widow not because the husband died, because the white marriage died. But I don't want to get too much into that because it was at least a marriage. And they tend to not be the most virulent. The ones that tend to be the most virulent are the ones currently involved with non-black men who, when they see black men who are educated, competent, high value themselves, they still want to condescend to you, try to emasculate you, do everything this woman did to me yesterday to try to drag you down, to muddy you up, to so she can have her white man on a pedestal. Doesn't work, sis. That's why you had no gas. That's why you were out. You're done. The people are starting to figure this out. Women like you are a joke.
If the only black men you've
Well,
dealt with had
okay,
excuses,
say
that
that you
says
do
more
have
about
the
your
looks
selection than about black men as a
and
whole.
you have the
High value,
conversation.
disciplined,
Okay,
responsible
are we
black
talking
men
about
exist
you or we
everywhere.
talking about in general?
But they're not checking for women who lead with resentment,
So
disrespect,
for
and
me,
bitterness.
when I met
And this is
my
the part women
husband,
don't like to hear. You can't insult the
I was
men
a
you
sugar
expect to
baby
lead
when I
you.
met him,
You can't generalize an entire group because you picked
and I
poorly.
didn't
You can't
approach
weaponize
him
your personal trauma and
as
pretend
a
it's
sugar
universal
baby,
truth.
but I
Kevin's
used
point
the
is
same
simple.
techniques
Accountability comes first.
to make
If
him
you're
fall in
married and
love
still
with me.
complaining
So
about black men, what does that say
that's
about how
why
you
I was
view your own
saying
husband,
a woman
your
can be
marriage,
both, in
your
my
choices,
opinion.